Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Security Skates. This is your host, Paul, and on this episode, we will be doing a skate park detail and cleanup at Pico Rivera Skate Park, located in Smith Park in Pico Rivera, California. I usually like to get you guys started by taking a look at the sign. This is the sign for this one. It's got the rules and regulations, got the hours of operations. It is up a little high, which is why I had to zoom in. Couldn't really get up close of it. But nonetheless, there is the rules and regulations of Pico Rivera Skate Park. So Pico Rivera Skate Park is pretty sick. It has a lot to offer, as you will see. This is the outside view right here. So there is an entrance with a doorway. However, there is a chain on it. So it is kind of locked. This was the way that was open for years to get into the skate park, but for whatever reason, now it is locked. You can see right here, try to open it up. It will not open. It's got that lock up on top. But since when has a locked gate stopped skateboarders? But hey, do not let that deter you. You go down just a little bit further and there is an opening in the gate that you can just walk right into. You just have to go a little bit further down from that locked gate. We do have some trash cans out here. Now the trash was kind of locked or jammed, so it didn't really work, but the recycling bin was open. Always cool to see some trash cans near the skate park. But if you guys saw the monitor detail video, some of y'all had commented that you thought I was going to be going into the skate park and cleaning up a bit, but I did not at monitor. At this one, I did want to put in the title that it was a cleanup as well, because I went out there with the intention of getting some of this park cleaned up that day. But I did also want to go out there and get a detail for you guys and show you guys what's up with Pico Rivera Skate Park, because it is a sick park. Check this out, y'all. Yeah. We're about to get started right now. So you're gonna go in that gate, and as soon as you do, you look to your left, you see a kind of elevated box deal going on with the rail right there. That is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun on that little box right there. This is gonna be the park. We're gonna go up on top. Here's this big bank. Gives you all the speed you need to roll in. Pitches you back, whatever you need to do with the bank. There's Old Faithful right there. So right away you do start seeing trash around the park. But nonetheless, still a beautiful park. There's that rail, there's the elevated box with the kickers, kind of got like a little hip deal going on. Wanted to get up on top and get started from up here. So there is the big bank. But first, I'm going to show you guys this open field that's right next to the park. There's a little opening that your board could slip through, so be careful with that. I did notice quite a bit of recyclables in that little open field right there. A little story behind that, but we're going to get to that in a bit. But yeah, it looks like some of the skaters do throw their water bottles, cans, whatever it is, on that side. So I was definitely eyeing that right off the bat as a cleanup opportunity. Another view from up top. You can see here that Pico Rivera Skate Park does have a bowl. We're going to get to that in a bit. Going to get back over here to where I can show you guys the starting point of our skate park detail. Pico Rivera Skate Park does have a lot to offer, including a little mini section that we will get to, but we are going to get started now. So here's that big bank. We do have this down rail that goes down the bank. Pretty sick. I would guess it's about 1.5 feet, maybe about 2 feet high. I'm going to put my board right up next to it so you can see, get an idea about how high it is. Proper rail, very decent. Kind of reminds me of the down rail at Houghton, that very long one. Kind of has that same vibe, about as steep. So that down rail and that big bank turn into this big quarter. This is the biggest quarter in the park. Very nice, very proper. Has a flat platform up on top. Has the round coping along the edge. Has a little round coping on the curb on the inside so you can hit that. Does have a little wall you can ollie over, kickflip over. Brings us over to this big 4-block. Plenty of opportunity for cleanup right there. It's got this down ledge. Very sick ledge. You can tell it doesn't really get played with too much. Proper sizing for sure. Very nice big 4-block. It doesn't have much of a run up though. You would kind of have to like curve into it to get enough speed to ollie down, I would think. But there are magicians out there who don't need much speed to get down 4 blocks. But yeah, there's that there. Got that big ledge. Again, plenty of opportunity for cleanup. You can tell this stuff has been painted over a few times. I'm gonna go back over here to this little wall by the quarter. It does go out, has metal coping on it, but yeah, I don't know if you can grind that out or board slide that out maybe. Not much of a run up for that again. There's that big quarter pipe, biggest quarter in the park. Has guys a nice big platform on top. Wanted to give you guys an idea about how big it was. I'll drop in this bad boy real quick. Go into the middle of the park. Show you guys this 4-block from the bottom. Show you guys this quarter pipe from the bottom and the big bank. There's that down rail we went over. Nice big quarter. The ledge that goes out. There's that 4-block from the bottom. So as your tour guide, I should let you know that this skate park is located right next to some baseball fields and a playground. So there usually is plenty of noise going around the skate park, but hey, that usually doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, just be advised, there is right next to a baseball field and a playground. So you see this nice big 4-block with a down ledge. Very decent size. You see my board right there. I wanted to show you guys both sides of it. So on the other section of this 4-block, there is a bunch of quarter pipe section, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this is a very nice ledge, very nice down ledge. See that there? So this is the first portion that we have gone over so far. Got the big bank, the quarter pipe, with a little wall over that you can ollie over. Got the big 4-block right here. Got the down ledge, you can see my board right there. I'm gonna get up on top, show you guys a view. I mean, it is very doable. You just need the speed for it. And again, there isn't much run up. I wish I would have got some video to show you guys that there's not much space behind that. Wanted to give you guys a better look at this down ledge real quick. It's probably about a little over knee high. There you go, right there. Probably about 1.5 feet high. Very sick, very proper. You can ollie on top, get the ride in. You can grind down from the 4-block side or from this side. There was a parking block out there that day. We also have this box over here. It's probably about thigh high with the coping on it. It's got the square coping on it, waxed up. You can tell that gets played with often. A lot of fun. You see there about how high it is. Try to give you guys an idea of about how big everything is by putting my board next to it. Hopefully that helps. Very proper block. Has some square coping on it. See the big 4-block right there. Got all that quarter section. We're going to get over here to this bowl now. I'm going to show you guys some of this bowl. This is a view from the corner. You can see here this thing has also been painted over a couple of times. So this bowl is very cool. It's very mellow, very chill. Not that big. The coping is very mellow as well. It doesn't stick out too much. You can see opportunity for cleanup right there. Some trash in the bowl. So as I mentioned, this bowl has been painted over a couple of times, so I want to get specific about the coping. So it looks like they have painted over the coping as well, so it doesn't grind as smooth as it should in all the areas. But nothing a little wax can't fix. Maybe scrape the coping a little bit, get that cleared up. But yeah, you can kind of get a better view of it there. Did want to give you guys a view from inside the bowl. So you can see it here. You can kind of see about how big it is. You can see the paint on the coping there that I was talking about. Again, not that big, very mellow. Very chill transition. It's not that sharp at all. If you enjoy pumping, you can get your infinite pump going on here. Just keep going around in circles all day. A lot of fun to play with. There's a view from up on top on the deck. For sure, going to want to get over to Pico Rivera Skate Park if you enjoy skating bowls, because this one is mellow, has its own kind of feel and vibe. A very cool bowl. Got to get out there to Pico Rivera to check it out. It does have this little transfer area. We kind of air out and get into that transition right there. I'm going to go over here and check this out by this down ledge. This is the down ledge by the 4-block that we had gone over already. We're going to get started back over here so I can show you guys some of this quarter pipe section that runs along the outer wall. So right here, closest to the ledge, it is the second highest transition in the park. It does have the coping that runs all the way along. Kind of snakes along. Very cool little transition part right here. Kind of has a hip on it right here. Little corner. See that there. I'm going to show you guys a view from the bottom, but you can see how close it is to the bowl here. So it's a good transfer opportunity there. Just got to get enough speed for it. I wanted to also show you guys here the coping does end and it does just turn into concrete. So watch out for that. Okay, it's still kind of like a transition, kind of drop-in quarter pipe deal going on right there. And it turns into the bank where you can roll in. I'm going to show you guys over here. Very nice, very smooth transition. Not that steep, very mellow. Not that sharp. You can see it there. See about how high it is there. So it does get a little bit smaller than over there by the down ledge, but not much, just a little bit smaller. You can see right there how the coping does end. It turns into concrete, but it still does have the transition. And over here, it turns into the kind of bank hip deal where you can roll down into. Has another down ledge. We're back over here by the bowl. Gonna set up in this corner where we got started. So that was a lot of transition that the park has to offer, and it's a lot of fun to play with. I'm going to show you guys this parking lot real quick. There aren't a lot of spaces, but there is plenty of parking out on the street, so it's really not an issue. Again, this was all the transition that we just went over. Here is a down ledge. This down ledge is sick. It's got some square coping on it. You can tell it gets played with a lot. This goes into that bank with the hip. You can see about how high it is there. I guess about 1.5 feet. Seems to be about the average for the height of rails and ledges in this park. A lot of fun. Does kink out. Goes to the out ledge. That's how that gets played with too. Square coping on that. It does have the hip. I'll give you guys a bottom view of that. So it's got the ledge. It starts up on top, goes down, turns into a kink. Straight out ledge with the drop. That drop probably about chest high, so I guess about 4 feet. Got the hip right here. Here is a bottom view of all that transition we were checking out earlier. This is the quarter pipe on the other side of the down ledge of the 4 block. Here is that down ledge. See the transition here. Very nice coping. Very mellow. Not that sharp. You can see the angle on it there. This is the down bank with the ledge. Very nice, very smooth. Again, it's got the square coping, so all you really gotta do is lock on and ride it out. I'm gonna take you back over to the biggest quarter pipe in the park real quick, so you can get a view of what it looks like from all on the bottom. If you're just rolling around, there's that drop ledge, there's a down ledge, there's the transition quarter pipe, there's a little hip, there's the bowl. Got the down ledge with the hip right here. So that brings us to this middle pyramid section. This is a lot of fun to play with because it's right in the middle of the park. So if you pump into it, it'll give you just a little boost to get up on the quarter pipe or get up on the transition, whatever you're trying to do. You can tell this is a hip to get your tricks right here. A lot of people playing on that hip. I'm going to go all the way around this thing so you can see. It does have kind of a weird shape, but it fits the flow of the park. Because of the way the park is set up, it's easier to like roll over it the way that it is in the middle right here. So you can see it does have that top section, kind of slants down into this lower section, a little smaller section. I'm going to get up on top, give you guys a better view of that. That is the smaller section right there. This is the bigger section right here. Here is the hip that gets used more. Right there, you can tell by the marks. This is the higher section, so if you're rolling in, it'll pitch you right into the bigger quarter pipe. If you're going up and over, it'll pitch you into the smaller transition, get up on top. If you're playing around over here, it'll give you the speed you need to pump around there. I think this is a perfect addition to this park because Pico Rivera Skate Park does have some space to it. It is a big, wide open park, and if that wasn't there, you would kind of have to push around. Somebody had a vision for this. Check this out. They brought in some cinder blocks. Looked like there might have been a rail sitting up there, but it didn't last. Shout out to whoever did that. It's always cool to see skaters trying to do stuff at their skate parks. So again, this pyramid is a perfect addition for Pico Rivera Skate Park because of the space it has. If this pyramid wasn't here, you would have to push to get the speed you need to do some of the tricks. But because it's here, it's awesome. So we're going to roll out here, show you the smaller section real quick. An idea about how big the smaller section is. But yeah, it's just perfect placement for this little pyramid deal. And of course, you'll have to find your own flow and how to put it into your routine of how to use it once you get here to Pico Rivera Skate Park. But yeah, a lot of fun. I know it might look like a weird shape, but once you get out here to Pico Rivera Skate Park and start skating with it, you're going to see how it's perfect and how it works exactly how you need it to. A lot of fun with that. So right now I'm going to take you guys back up on top to show you how you can get enough speed to roll into this kicker right here. So you get started up here, roll on in, and it's going to pitch you in perfect to get the speed you need to do a trick right here up on top of this kicker. That's why they have this barricade and the cones, because it's just perfect. So this little kicker turns into the little mini section right here, and this is the other bank on the other end of all the stuff that we've already been looking at. So now we're up on top here. It has a smaller bank than the bigger bank that is on the other end. This smaller bank goes all the way around, kind of hips out, has this little hip section right here. You do have this rail over here, goes down into it. That turns into this mini section over on the other side. We'll get into that soon. I'm going to show you guys this down rail real quick. It's about the same height as the other down rail. It's just a little bit shorter in distance because it's just a little bit shorter of a bank. I'm going to put my board up so you guys can see about how tall it is. Now the run up isn't really an issue here because you get the speed you need coming in from the mini section. But yeah, it's a decent sized rail, you can see there. It's just a little bit shorter in distance than the other rail on the big bank, but it's because we're on the smaller bank. You can tell right here too is the area to catch your tricks, and it's because it lines up with the elevated box and it pitches you into it from the big bank. So that is definitely a spot to catch your air tricks if you want to do that, your flip tricks. Get some air with your flip tricks. Have this whole little bank that runs back around. Gonna bring us back to this barricade and the cones. This is where we first rolled into when we first rolled up. Here's the little mini section we're gonna get started in. This is the walkway that is connected to that door that was locked with the chain on top, right next to the mini section. Has the little mini ramp. So I call it the mini section because everything is just smaller than everything else in this park. You can see it here. Put my board up right there. Little quarter pipe isn't any taller than my board, so I would guess less than 32 inches for sure. Perfect if you're trying to learn or getting comfortable dropping in, stalling, whatever you're trying to do on a quarter pipe or a mini ramp. This is a perfect place to learn right here. And I'll say that again, if you are getting comfortable dropping in, learning how to do your stalls, rock and rolls, rock to fakies, whatever you're trying to do on transition, up on some coping, Pico Rivera Skate Park is a perfect place to learn because it just has that little mini one that you can get comfortable with. There's not a lot of risk if you fall. Here's a little rail. I call it a little rail because it's short. It's a lot of fun to play with, but this is why I call it the mini section, because it's just a little bit smaller than everything else in the park. Still a lot of fun to play with. A lot of fun to learn and get comfortable so that you can step it up to the bigger sections in the park. I would guess this rail is about a foot high. Slides and grinds very easily. I want to get over there and check that out. Another great place to learn if you are getting comfortable with your grinds and slides on rails. This one is not that high. Perfect place to learn. Going to want to get over to Pico Rivera and check that out. So here is a very smaller bank on the inside of the mini section. And I'll just kind of pitch you into it, give you the right speed you need. Do your tricks over here, get up on the little mini ramp. Has this little pyramid with the ledge. Got a little hip right here. So all you kid skaters, all you little skaters, this is a perfect proportion to your body size. Get out here and have some fun with it. Get comfortable rolling around. This section is a little lower risk. That's not to say that you can't get hurt having fun out here, but it is just a little bit smaller. So if you fall, you're not falling from too high. You're not falling going too fast. It's just perfect place to learn. So if you have a little skater who's trying to get more comfortable on their board, rolling around on the hips and grinds and stuff, get them out here to Pico Rivera Skate Park. They have a little mini section that is perfect for y'all. And generally anybody that is trying to get more comfortable rolling around on these obstacles or with rails or ledges or little mini ramps, quarter pipes, Pico Rivera has a lot to offer for you guys here as far as beginners go, because it does have this little mini section. Definitely got to get over here and check that out. It's perfect space to roll around in here. Again, all these obstacles are not too big. Got this little mini ramp over here that's perfect as well. Yep. Gonna get up on top, show you guys what this looks like from up on top deck. So if you're practicing your stalls or your grinds, your rock to fakies, rock and rolls, this little mini ramp is perfect for you to learn on. Wanted to get down and show you guys how it is hard to hang up on this mini ramp. You can usually just roll right in. Can't really get caught up on there. A lot of fun to play with and learn on. So right next to this mini ramp, there's a little like curved 3-stair kind of deal that goes into the grind, that goes into the coping of the mini ramp. It's kind of a weird setup, but it's honestly doable. It's a lot of fun to play with. You just got to have enough speed and commit to it, lock on, ride the grind out. But it is included in this mini section right here. Wanted to give you guys a good view of everything up on top here of the deck. It's right there where the coping switches over to the stairs. So the stairs have like a square coping on it, whereas the mini ramp has a round coping on it. So it is a little bit weird to like transition if you're trying to grind the whole thing from one to the other. But again, it's totally doable and a lot of fun to play with. I'm gonna get down on bottom so you guys can see it's really not that high. It's not that big. Here's a little bank that rolls around. So this thing right here, this thing is dangerous if you ask me. I have never really grinded this because there is potential for sacking on it. That is to say, if your board slips out from under you, yeah, you're definitely going to hit your, in between your legs right there on the rail, because it just gets so tall very fast. I have seen people do it. I'm good on that. I'm not really trying to mess with that here at Pico Rivera, but yeah, it's totally doable. You guys can get over here and try that out. Be sure to tag me in that footy. If you come in rolling from the bowl over there on the other side, you get the required speed to go ahead and grind that, slide that, whatever you want to do. You can also go from this top part right before it and just run up, roll up, however you want to approach it. But yeah, that looks like a lot of fun, but yeah, very dangerous, I think. A lot of potential for sacking on that, and I am good on that. So it's in kind of a weird spot, but it's still included in like the little mini section here at Pico Rivera, so yeah, you definitely gotta get over there and check it out. Has that crack right before it too, might throw you off a little bit, but it looks like it's been bonded before, maybe like taped up, so yeah, definitely get playing with that. For sure, a feature here at Pico Rivera Skate Park. There's just a normal rail, and then it goes out to the drop. But yeah, we're gonna get back over here to this little stair set so I can show you guys about the height and size of this thing. So you can see it does have the square coping on it. Goes out from the little bank. Has the 3 stairs. It's not that high. You can see right there, it really does transition very well. You can just ride right into it. You just need enough speed to make it all the way around. You can see from the marks, plenty of people have done that before. But yeah, if you have a little skater that's wanting to push himself, feel a little more adventurous, this is a good place to do it. Or if you just want to come and have some fun, get enough speed and lock in, you can roll that baby all the way around into the little mini, or come back around from the other side, roll in from the mini to the bank. A lot of fun. You can see my board there, so it's probably about 8 1/4 inches high. And I think the most bottom step is even a little smaller than that, probably about 5 6 inches. A lot of fun. Low risk, high reward. You can see the marks, plenty of people locked in and done it before. I'll admit, I love this little section of the park because it's fun to not only warm up here and get started, get your legs stretched out and get you feeling for your board on your feet, but it's also fun to be hitting the big side over on the other side and just roll over here and kind of catch a little break and chill out. But yeah, that is the mini section there. So that comes over here, back over to this down rail, kink rail. We've already gone over this. I'm going to show you guys another favorite piece of Pico Rivera Skate Park. We're going to roll on down here. And it is this pyramid with the box. A lot of fun. Check this thing out. So it does have the wide hips on it. It does have the flat platform up on top of the pyramid as well as the flat box. The box does have a ledge on it on both sides. A lot of fun, kind of like a little Euro gap. So you can ollie up grind, ollie up manual, flip in, flip out. There's the rail. This rail is right next to the pyramid and the box. You can see here, it's not too big, but it is a lot of fun to play with. Just got to get enough speed and the timing right to ollie up on top of the box, or if you just want to manual the flat part. One of my favorite pieces here at Pico Rivera Skate Park. You can see it there. Wanted to put my board there so you guys can see about how big the box is up on top. Again, it does have that square coping along the edges on both sides. You can see it there. Beautiful shot. It does have that little flat area on top of the pyramid. So you can just roll in manual. Up. So you can just roll in here from the bank. It pitches you in, gives you the perfect speed you need from either side. Gonna go back over here and look at this rail. So this rail is just a little bit higher than your average. I would guess it's probably about 2 feet, maybe about 1.5 feet. Just a little higher than your average rail. Took me a little warming up to get up on there, but yeah, was able to get a grind on there. My bad, I do mean a slide. Was able to get a slide on there. Nice little rail. See the trash by it. Plenty of opportunity to clean up. You see the box on top of the pyramid. Pico Rivera is a super sick skate park. I've fallen in love with it since the first time I've came here. It does have a super flow to it. You can just roll in, roll around, have some fun. Wanted to put my board right up here next to this tall ledge on top of the box on top of the pyramid so you can see about how high it is. I would guess that's about 30 inches, y'all. Pico Rivera is a beautiful skate park. So this does conclude the skate park detail portion of this video. We are about to switch over into the cleanup section of this video. I was showing you opportunities for cleaning up throughout the whole thing, and we're gonna get started on that now. Get ready, y'all. Get your brooms, get your trash bags. Let's get it. So for the cleanup, I wanted to get started by the rail because there was just a few articles of trash and a lot of leaves and stuff that would just blow into the park or blow around the park. So I wanted to be sure I got all that swept up so it was nice and clean for everybody to skate right there. And there I go. I started by picking up the bigger articles. In hindsight, I should have taken gloves with me. From now on, when I do skate park cleanups, I am definitely going to take gloves with me. But I didn't have them out there this day with me. I just had my basic essentials for cleaning up. I felt fortunate that the park was empty this day. There wasn't too many skateboarders out there, so I wasn't really in anybody's way, which is a very important skate park etiquette to have. You want to make sure you're not in anybody's way when they're trying to get their tricks or out flowing around. But yeah, I started sweeping up all the leaves here. Wanted to make sure I got them into one pile so I wasn't doing double work. Just swept them up all the way over. See the pile I got going here. I also forgot my dustpan this day, so I had to use a Vans shoebox that I found in a trash can nearby. That was awesome. Get that all scooped up into the trash bag. Yeah. So just in that little spot there, I did clean up quite a bit of leaves and some trash, and it did make hella difference. Check this out. Wanted to give you guys a roll through after I got it all swept up. Much better. I was much more comfortable skating it in this condition than it was before. Not that it was too bad before, but it is definitely cleaner now. We're gonna move on to the bowl. You see the trash in there. Another opportunity for a cleanup. You know I was gonna get in there and clean that up because bowls are definitely my thing as well. There I go, my trash bag, my broom, my dustpan. Oh, I also forgot my broomstick this day. I do have a broomstick that attaches to my long broom. Just forgot it that day, so I had to get out there and do it by hand. Get a nice little pile going on. Use my Vans shoebox dustpan, get it all swept up. You know, as hot as it was to get out there this day, it was an absolute pleasure to get to Smith Park and clean up the skate park for the community. I know there wasn't that much trash in the bowl, or so far. We'll get to that a little later on, but you can see the before and afters. It's just so much cleaner, so much better. Absolute pleasure to go out and do this. So if you look in the comments of the monitor skate park detail, turns out a lot of viewers thought I was going there to clean when I was just going there to detail and give details of the park. So that gave me the idea to make this video, get out to Smith Park and go ahead and clean up the skate park there. There we go. Got that big gulp cup from the mini section. Was just rolling around picking up the loose articles from the park at this point before we got started on some of the other parts of the park that needed a little more detail. So we get over to this floor block. This floor block, it looks like somebody might have lit something on fire or burned something plastic and it like melted down to whatever it was. There was a pile of charred, whatever it was right there. Then we have this little pile of trash, some more trash over here kind of built up. Just little pieces of trash, some cups, cans, stuff like that. There was a spare sock right there. But I wanted to make sure I gave this a good chance, so I wanted to get down on my hands and knees and get that. You can see it was kind of crusty. Whatever it was did actually like melt down onto the cement, but at first I tried sweeping over it, and I quickly realized that really wasn't going to do much for it. So again, I wanted to give it a good shot and get down there and try and get that stuff up. So I got a couple of my utility knives that I usually take out with me when I'm skating in my bag. Started scraping it up. Turns out a good chunk of it came up right away. That was a big plus and a relief. Gave us a chance to get some more of it up. So I just kept scraping away, chipping away at it. Wanted to make sure I got as much of it up of it as I could. It was really crusted on there. For sure could have used this sidewalk scraper in this moment, but we made it happen. Kept on chipping away at it. You can see it there. Started to get some of it thrown away. Got it all swept up. Wanted to get as much of it up as I could. Bust out my trusty shoebox dustpan and get that up. So that was the first round. After that, I still wasn't quite happy with it. I could tell that I could still get some more of it up, so I gave it a second shot. Started getting into the cracks and crevices near the wall. Scraped some of that stuff out. It was all just that burnt plastic chunk, whatever it was, just chipping off. Wanted to go over the area where the rest of it was too, give that another shot. I was probably working on this for about a good 10-15 minutes. Just out there wishing I had a sidewalk scraper with me, because that would have gotten the job done a lot quicker. But still, we made it happen. This is the second round of scraping and sweeping. And I was just a lot more happier with it this time. Get it into a nice little pile. Use my trusty shoebox dustpan. Give you guys a look at the finished clean. That is that section. So we're gonna move over to here where the rest of this other trash was. Get started on this side. You can see the sock getting swept up here. Was able to get that squared away. I'm not sure how you lose just one sock at a skate park, but it is not the first time that I have seen socks at the skate park, so wasn't too surprised. Was able to get this whole floor block a little swept up, a little bit cleaner. Wanted to be sure I started from the top stair and worked my way down. Again, not too much trash, just a bunch of stuff that the wind had accumulated and blown into the corner right there. There were some cups and cans. Nothing too serious. Fortunately, that melted plastic was the hardest part of this cleanup, and we had already gotten through that, so we were just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of it. Got it all into a nice little pile. I wanted to scrub the stairs a little bit because there was some stuff that was just kind of caked on. Make sure I got all that up. Bust out my trusty shoebox dustpan. Get all that swept up. I'll give you guys a look at this now. Yup. There's the part where the melted plastic was. Got all that scraped up, squared away. Got all this trash cleaned up. Looks a lot better now. And that is the cleaner 4-block into that bag of trash. A lot of fun. Good times. So now we're up on top. Just gonna clean up a little bit more. Get a couple more loose articles I saw around the park. If you'll remember when we first walked in and up onto the top platform, there was that big yellow shirt and like some leftover old stale fries right there. Wanted to make sure I got those thrown away as well because there weren't any bodies. Got that stuff squared away. Yep. Got that all packed up. And it was time to skate. I wanted to go right over to the bowl, get a little session going. Gonna show you guys a little bit of my stuff. So while y'all are watching me skate, I am gonna give you a little bit of background on Security Skates Productions. I started Security Skates back in July of 2016. It started as an Instagram where I was taking some of my friends around with me to local parks and I would just get clips of them and was posting that as kind of like a humorous kind of security skates kind of deal thing. After being contacted by the city of Norwalk to help advocate for the skate park, I realized that skate park advocacy was going to be something that I would just have a great passion for. With the encouragement of some local shops and local skate brands, I went on to start hosting best trick contests and events at the local skate park. From there, I moved into the high desert and started hosting skate meets at the 4 skate parks in the high desert area. You're going to see this board slide, I got it, but you can see the toe tap. Ah, that's ugly. I'm not going to let that happen. Had to get it again. So from there, I moved back down to Los Angeles and have been doing skate meets in the Los Angeles area for about a year and a half now. We are currently in the Long Beach City area. Just having a lot of fun with it. Been running Security Skates for about 8 years now. I am the president, founder, CEO, the man in charge, whatever you want to call me. I run Security Skates. It is all me. Having a lot of fun with this YouTube stuff now. Shout out to everybody who's been commenting. Shout out to all my subscribers. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it. I hope that reflects accurately. It is all just the love and passion of skateboarding. I have the time to do this stuff, so I really do enjoy it. Yeah, no comply, I guess. Some no comply tricks. Decent kickflip. So yeah, again, I really do enjoy going out to the skate parks and having fun in the way that I do, making these videos for y'all. I'm gonna give you one more roll around of Pico Rivera Skate Park. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at security_skates. You can check out our website, securityskates.com. We've also just updated the store. It's going to be Big Cartel / Security Skates. Got some decks and t-shirts up there if you want to show some love, support what I'm doing with it. Would be much appreciated. Get that shipped out to y'all. Shout out to you, the viewer, if you have made it this far in the video. I really do appreciate you. I know this one did run a little long. In hindsight, I wasn't really planning for that. I will start splitting up the skate park details and the skate park cleanups. I'll make those 2 different videos for y'all so you can see what I'm doing with it. We do have a skate park cleanup coming out at Monitor very soon, as well as Wilmington Skate Park. Keep an eye out for that. I will be announcing that here on YouTube as well. It's that 4-block we cleaned up. So Pico Rivera Skate Park is an absolute beauty. Highly recommended. Get over there to Smith Park in the city of Pico Rivera and check it out. You'll recall there was that open field with a bunch of recyclables in it when we first got started. It turns out somebody was able to jump in there when I was cleaning and picked up those recyclables so I didn't have to. Awesome work. Shout out to that person. It was an absolute pleasure to be out here at Pico Rivera Skate Park this day. There's a shot of all the recyclables that got picked up. Wanted to show you guys that 4-block one more time because I was proud of the cleanup that I did with the burnt plastic right there. So I was able to take my trash with me, get up out of there. I wanted to make sure I wasn't leaving this trash bag behind or just dumping it in one of the trash cans at the park, so I did actually take it back to my place with me and dispose of it there. As you can see, the park was still pretty empty when I took off, so it was a privilege to be out there to get to clean up and skate and have some fun. Highly recommended to get out to Pico Rivera Skate Park located in Smith Park. Could not forget this last one little piece of trash that has been bugging me the whole time. Had to pick this up real quick. Alright, y'all, this has been another episode of Security Skates. I'm your host, Paul. I would love to get y'all out to the skate parks to help me clean up, get in on this action. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at security_skates so you can keep up with our next skate meet and cleanup efforts. And as always, you can find more information at securityskates.com. Get out there and happy skating, y'all.